You think you should take it outside? I mean, it's not the highest ceilings in here.
You're just mad because I haven't let you control it yet. Just admit it.
Well, you had a pretty long turn.
I got my license. I went
You don't
through
need a
the
license.
classes.
There's no... What are you talking about?
I went through the classes. I'm an official licensed drone. I'm a droner, dude.
You're a drone?
I'm a droner.
How much?
I know how to pilot these things.
How much did the classes cost?
You get a discount on the drone.
Stop flying it into my head, dude.
Shit.
It doesn't feel good. You went to class for this?
Look at the video. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to the 2 classes, plus you get 20% off purchase of drone when you complete the training and the test.
You just flew it into a shelf.
Don't worry. Like you're talking to me. You got to concentrate.
Okay, I didn't. Well, you said you took 2 classes. I thought you'd know.
If I give you a turn, would you shut up?
Yeah, I think I can figure it out. It's one Atari joystick.
All right,
I don't.
Never mind.
Okay.
You're not taking it serious.
Okay. Yeah, dude, you flew it into a ceiling tile.
It's fine. We gotta maybe reboot it. I don't know.
Hey, once I get my gas-powered drone started, I'm taking yours out, buddy.
Oh, it's gonna be a fight.
I don't. If we're gonna have a new store,
Sounds mean.
maybe we shouldn't.
V8, mate.
Maybe we shouldn't be flying drones into combat against each other in here.
It's for
Battle drones, dude.
advertisement, dude.
Battle drones.
You know how cool it's going to look when we roll through the cityscape into our fucking new store? It's going to show all our badass fucking new releases and maybe a very small puppet section into the porno room. Like, yeah, dude.
I don't.
Maybe do one of those things where we go past the bathroom and you're pissing with your pants pulled all the way down so we can see your butt. That'd be cute.
Okay. I think you're going to start a small fire in here. We're not going to get any usable footage.
You used to huff spray paint.
Yeah, and now we're the owners of our own video rental store.
You keep your fucking spray paint away from my fucking drone.
I'll spray paint it if I want.
Nobody's fucking with you.
You're not fucking up my Punisher skull, dude.
Where's
I
the
like your
armor on this
American
thing?
flag design. Jeez.
How many classes did you have to go to fly that thing?
He hasn't taken any. That's why I'm going to win. It hasn't even started yet.
No, it keeps sputtering. Did you put enough gas in it?
You got oil? You need
Well,
some
if
oil?
I put a ton of gas in it, it's like weighed down. So,
Okay.
It's like an F1 car.
yeah. Let me top it off.
Yeah.
I need a little Louis Hamilton.
I'm all
Is that a guy?
electric here. Yeah, kind of.
Let's close these windows. Spill a little of that gas on the counter.
Oh, yeah.
No smoking, Karan.
I'll smoke in here if I want.
But no, dude, the drone is for the video we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're on local TV. We gotta, like you said, we got our own store. We need to.
Hey, I got it running. Hurry up and shut the
Yeah.
door so we can get high on this fucking fume.
You got it, buddy.
And speaking of foggy-ass rooms, this week on 5-Day Rentals, 2025. The world enslaved by a virus. Well, hello and welcome to 5-Day Rentals. My name is Bones. This is the video store rebooted. And speaking of why don't we revisit You're So Vain with Too So Vain? My name is Bones, joined as always by Cron Howard. Laundry Dan, how are you, dudes?
I've had better weeks.
What's going on?
This movie.
Change your life?
Christ is alive and well.
Now, obviously, you guys had seen this before.
Nope.
Was this something that you did you buy the 4K on this? The Vinegar Syndrome release, the Arrow Video Special Edition.
I don't think anyone would release this outside of this guy's YouTube church.
You mean Warner Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Sometimes your buddies make a bed and you say, hey, you made that bed and you got to sleep in it. Sometimes you run in there and you take a big shit on that bed. Did I do that this week?
Shitting on the bed, or who's making the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've shit the bed and now I'm holding the covers down over your faces.
No, I'm laying in the bed sleeping and you shot me in the fucking face.
With a turd?
No, with a gun.
That had a turd in it?
Well,
I guess.
I feel like that's less bad.
Pretty cool.
If I just murdered you in your sleep, it's kind of... I'd rather be murdered in my sleep than shat on.
Shit first, shoot second.
I almost killed myself like 6 times during this.
I did.
You would have made it to heaven. You would have been in a better place.
I did have a question, Bones, and I guess
All right.
it is, do you hate me?
No.
Is that what's going on here?
I think this is a important part of the cinema world that we inevitably needed to get to.
Yeah, but you could have picked a different Jesus movie.
But you
Could have
said
made fun of Cameron Kirk. Or Kirk Cameron, whatever the fuck his name is.
well, Kron, you say too so vain.
Mm-hmm.
Movies made by and starring a person. I found a movie that is made by and starring 2 people. So in honor of the sequel category, I doubled up.
Who's the other brother?
I think like the guy that rats him out.
Luke, I believe is his name, and it's pretty easy to tell that he's also playing an extra as a soldier with a mask on because his little half ponytail is sticking out most of the time. You see him in the background a lot. But he's the one that when I sleep, I can't sleep. I have anxiety.
Okay.
You are my friends. Don't say I did not warn you.
Oh, yeah, a warning needs to be put out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is unwatchable garbage.
So mean, man.
It's... Did you only watch the car chase and we're like, all right, yeah, this is coming on?
I watched the car chase and thought, okay, I could do this.
The car chase? Or
Is that all you watched before you picked it?
No, I went substantially into the movie and then was like, this is atrocious. This is perfect. I'm doing it. When I got to the abysmal cereal to milk ratio, I thought, oh, we're solid. And then it cuts back to the previous scene. So it jumps forward to 6:32 a.m., presumably the next day, but then cuts back to... This is a masterclass in editing.
somebody watched this twice at least.
Mm-hmm. Somebody watched this kind of like 0 times.
When did you guys check out? Like, okay, this sucks.
About 9 minutes in.
That far.
Mm-hmm. That's when I paused.
8:54.
I paused around 9 minutes to be like, how much of this is left?
I kept thinking, I was like, okay, where's the 5DR is coming. Like, all right. And then it just
went to another
never came.
Boring Christian music montage.
The 5DR didn't come?
Well, that's why I'm here. So you could tell me that I missed it, I guess.
I think if you're going to shit on somebody for attempting to make a micro budget film, it's really tough to shit on them when it's like passion, you know? I wouldn't want somebody to say, oh, 5DR, that show sucks. It's like, well, why does it suck? Oh, it's just technically it doesn't suck because they don't have good gear and they don't have a professional team and they don't have they don't have marketing, you know? They didn't get to go to Second City, so they're not improv guys. Like, that would be kind of mean. But if somebody said, it's not for me, but they're trying real hard, I would say, I appreciate that. When it comes to this, as soon as you start to think like, oh, you are, not only are you dumb, but this messiah complex of, it just, the snake eats its tail, because you're like, well, are you dumb because you believe this, or do you believe this because you're dumb? Like, when your opening crawl says communism is all over the place, you have to go, okay, this English is not your first language. But then when you get to the point where you have no idea how even movie hacking works, and then consider your premise that I'm shooting this in 2020 or 2021, presumably under some sort of lockdown, and you're using this as some sort of excuse to scare people that this thing that killed, let me see here. Let me see here. I don't know, over 1 million people just in the United States alone. I don't know. Seems like kind of exploitative.
Sure.
Do you follow my logic though? Like,
I mean, do you think we were too mean to Angel Blade?
No.
Cuz I don't think I'm bringing a movie just to like dump all over it. I think there's interesting stuff in Angel Blade.
Right.
I think there's a guy working something out in that movie. Whereas this, I just felt like, why does this exist? I mean, like, I don't like any aspect of it.
It's profit.
Well, yeah. I mean, he stole a bunch of money from people that gave him money for dying children or something. And then
these are German, alt-right Germans who see the political shitstorm in America at the time. And I really think they wanted this would go over there and make money and be like a Christian nationalist, like, oh, but have you seen 2025? You got to see it. I think they were doing it for money.
Yeah. To build their brand and do whatever. To your point, I don't want to shit on something, but it's nice to know it's like, oh, of all the things I could shit on, that's the perfect thing to shit on.
Yeah, I guess I don't think like, we've watched movies that I've not liked, but I try not to just be like, this sucks and I hate it.
I'm trying to give you the opportunity to vent that out a little bit.
Yeah, but I would have rather watched something where I'm like, I kind of get what they were going for, or it doesn't land, but I like A, B, and C in this thing.
So you didn't like anything in this?
Not really. No. I mean, there's like a funny set that they're constantly in, but But I mean, this was a movie where I would eventually, I was like, I have to go put my phone in another room because I cannot concentrate on this movie. And then even then, laying on the couch, I was like, damn, my ceiling is interesting. Like, this is more interesting than this movie.
So you're saying that the 5DR platform is not very high, but you don't think it deserves our time?
I think anything I've brought to the podcast, I've maybe not always thought it was good, but I thought there was something in it. And maybe Bones feels that way about this movie. Like, I don't want to speak for him, but like Angel Blade was not a good film, but I think that guy was working through some demons in his life.
I got 3 funny things wrote down for this movie. And one is him trying to get across that hood of the car.
Totally.
He tries to slide.
Completely unnecessary.
And he has to like crawl with his legs.
What?
I don't.
I didn't want to keep talking if you were going to give me the other 2 things. But here's the other thing. What I find interesting about this stuff, particularly Christian media, which verges on propaganda a lot of time, is trying to copy secular media. And if you take something like Neil Breen, where they are just trying to copy a Tom Cruise movie, and let me put myself as Tom Cruise because I'm even better, right? And they totally misunderstand what it is to tell a story, to be kinetic, to draw emotion. This is doing that, I think, triple over because it's Christian, it's German, and it's made during a COVID lockdown. So those restrictions against it, I think, are very funny. The fact that the car, I couldn't figure out if he wrecked the car accidentally when he tried to pull out, or because they were going to break a window on a car, they got one that was already had a fender bender, and then they inserted a shot of him hitting another car to explain why it had damage to the front.
Yeah, driving directly into it.
Yes, that's funny to me. The fact that they were moving so fast doing their Jesus fish graffiti, and they are so obviously nervous about getting caught that they are including the bad attempts at spray painting. That's funny to me. So
it's all over their fingers and the
yeah. How many movies have we covered? I want to try to treat it as the exercise of, because I could sit here and go, this is what I would do to switch this movie, or this is what I would do, and like I'm interested in, let's take a look at this odd thing and see if it strengthens my thoughts on other movies, right? Or to appreciate, like, as much as I dislike Final Reckoning, I can be like, well, shit, at least the people knew their lines.
Can you just throw me one on the next category? My next category?
What do you mean?
Well, I get that it's like, I don't want to watch puppet movies anymore, so I'm just going to pick kids movies if you keep picking this category, and that's fine. Like, we had a long break. I was like, it's probably too much with the puppets. I'm okay backing off that. But then it's like, Animals Attack was Mega Ape, and now this is this movie.
Oh, okay. So are you starting to feel as though I'm not playing I'm bringing a movie that you would like. I'm playing too much to the category. I'm making the category work for me.
Not even that. It's like any category you pick, I will bring the worst version of it.
That's not. It also doesn't help that I know what's coming. And it also doesn't help that on the first time we did this category, I went like the king shit of the ego filmmaker and a big Hollywood movie. So I also try to balance that out.
Okay.
We can stop recording and I'll cover something. I'll do notes on something else.
No, it's
we
fine.
Can come back.
I mean, I watched the movie. After this, when I watched this, I was like, I kind of think Bones doesn't like me. I think he's mad at me.
I did cut out the spiel at the end of the last episode. But I had something else in mind. It fell through. This I came across on a list. I was like, God, this looks atrocious. Oh, it's on Tubi. Let me play 5 minutes of it. When you start going through the title cards and it says it's 2025, the world as we have known in 2020 does not exist anymore. The virus changed the world. Communism is all over the place. A global state developed. Meetings are illegal. Traveling is illegal. And Christianity is illegal. I'm already laughing. I think, oh, this is bad.
I think it might be because when you look at the genre of this, it's dystopian. But I think with this movie, it's just they're telling you that it's dystopian. They're not actually like showing you, which, yes, I could see as a funny thing that, hey, we don't have a fucking budget to make it look, besides like they're police officers, I guess. But
but they're just bad filmmakers at that point, right? Like,
this has to be like his first.
Yeah, but you've seen Mad Max. Like, that's a dystopian movie that was made for not a giant budget.
Yeah, but it's also, which Bones kind of tapped on it. Are they wearing masks because at the time they have to wear masks, or are they playing that up as, oh, we have to wear a mask now wherever we go? I think they actually have to wear a mask out in public because it's just during that time of COVID.
100%. And then the logic on who and when people are wearing masks makes no sense. Because
the American dude, I don't even think he has one on.
Yeah. The paramilitary dudes, they wear them only because they're cheating to create, they're using other actors in some BDUs in a mask. But nobody else in the HQ is wearing a mask. They do a live stream and they don't even cut to a laptop that has a number that they put in Word or Paint to say like, oh my God, 17,000 people are watching. Like, that's the funny shit to me. Like, they think they know what the structure is going to be. They obviously have half a script. They let people just meander. There's so many likes and ums. They negate within the same scene. If this was just a movie about like a generic action movie, I'd be like, this kind of mean these are just like some people making their own movie. The fact that they're using this as a scare tactic of this could happen in 5 years. There'd be no more Christians. People would have to Google a Jesus fish.
Which they do here.
Yeah. But The government is tracking the internet, but what they're not tracking is just straight up phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
The authorities show up to his apartment multiple times and never talk to him about the illegal activities that he is performing.
Well, you got to build the case. I mean,
I think they're
rattling his cage, dude.
If you just got on, I don't know, and made like a crumbling city, I don't know, it would have worked a little better. The budget is estimated at, I think, $10,000. I thought it said.
I could have made it for 3.
I think that's a lot of why it's just his apartment. I think that's the thing that bothered me the most was like, all right, let's open it up a little bit. You have this dystopian thing that, COVID caused. Like, let's see some of that. You couldn't find like an old fucking car in the woods or, I don't know.
But they don't even want to really acknowledge that COVID does actually have repercussion.
It's just a word.
Or to say that it doesn't. Like, you don't have a single character say like, yeah, I got it and it was fine. It was like no worse than a cold. No big deal, Or because of the lockdown, I couldn't do this and we quit. Like, they just say, oh, because of the government, I had to stop being a nurse. Huh? This is my brother. He went to school for economy.
Well, even the soldier guy was like, well, I didn't want to give in to the government. And I'm like, you were in the army. I'm like, what are you talking about?
He was a Marine and they
took the oath.
They wanted them to take another oath to the new Constitution. I'm like, well, dude, you had to take an oath to the Constitution when you're
already
signed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says the only oath I could ever take was to God above or something.
No, you don't know how this shit works.
Well, they make you literally say other stuff. For real.
Here's the question. Does a 0 theoretically exist in our rating system?
That is a good question.
I don't think so. I feel like we've had
that
this.
Is my rating.
Have we've had this discussion?
I think we've talked about this before, and we've said 1/2 is the lowest you can give something.
But I was thinking about this. We can do justice on a rewind because we can take 0.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the opinion that if we all think what I think we're thinking, I think it would still automatically go down.
You want to make 5DR history tonight? Let's do it.
We could do it. I don't go back and add my ratings in Letterboxd for any of the movies we watch, so.
Well, what are you guys thinking that I'm going to give this?
If we can do it, Bones, I'm going to lock you in at a 0 stars.
Bones, I am going to give you a 0.5 because we throw around every movie is a miracle, but I think we might have met the match for this one, and I hope you prove me wrong.
We can give zeros, though, right? That's what we landed on.
That's what I'm asking, because that might inform.
I say let's make an exception for 2025, the world enslaved by a virus.
Dan
can give 0 stars.
Dan, would you like to take another crack?
Bones, I'm going to lock you in at a 0.
Okay.
Because every movie is a miracle, but I think we met our match.
Yeah, not this one, though.
I think for every bump that I've given because, I liked this person's performance, or I liked this action scene, or any 0.5 or greater that I've bumped something just because let me steal another podcast term, cozy. I think it has to work the other way. 2025. Go ahead.
The night after I watched this movie, well, I had to split this movie up into 2 nights.
You got COVID?
You went back to church?
COVID. Yeah. Yeah, the first half, I was like, I got to get right with God, dude. The night after I finished this, I had like 30-ish minutes before bed, and I was like, I'm just going to throw on, and I picked Starship Troopers, and watching that, I was like, people rag on this dude, but Casper Van Dien should have won Best Actor, dude. Coming off what I just saw.
That's a 5-star banger. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie, but I feel like that's the knock against it. The people are like, these people are the leads. But you watch 2025 and then you go to Starship Troopers and you'll be like, this is an acting clinic, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just took you out back of the convenience store that you work at and held a gun to your head and stole your wallet and then sent you home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and every day, what is it like? Every day after that will be
tomorrow will be the best breakfast you ever had. Yeah.
I was going to say is you go to a department store to find a fragrance for your wife. Is 2025 the coffee that you smell before you go into any movie to be like, all right, now I can really appreciate a film. I watched 2025 before this, and goddamn, Paddington 2 is 5 stars. Some people do think that, though.
Let's get this out of the way. This movie was made and is starring the Wesley brothers. I had already decided and started my notes when I looked further into these guys. Some real shady behavior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the main guy in this movie dates a 14-year-old.
Yes, so we'll say they are a little shitty, or more than a little shitty, but we have also covered other monsters on this show. In no way are we condoning, and that will be reflected by the hour and a half of shit talking, which will follow starting now. All right, we already did the opening crawl. Let's open with some rock music. We got some shitty driving through some German high, foggy woods. Unnecessary stick shifting here. Car can barely stay on the road. We got sirens and gunfire. Our hero drives into a field, loses control, gets taken over by a Jeep, and is arrested by some ICE cosplayers.
He peels off a road, and the main cop, who's in a BMW, can't follow him because I guess they don't want to get the car dirty.
100%. And they happen to know somebody who has a Jeep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got the Jeep police out there as well.
Mm-hmm. And when he gets stopped, Dan, you already pointed this out, he does try to do a cool action jump over a hood. Almost eats shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm 40 years old, and I could have done a better job than that.
Looks like the sole of a shoe kind of gets stuck up on that on the lip of that car.
It's got to be hard to move around in those tight jeans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't have full range of motion. And the car is at an angle, you know?
Stop making fucking excuses for the guy.
Well, he wanted to do a cool jump. I mean, the obvious way is you kind of hop up and slide down on your butt like it's a slide.
It's a fucking Fiat. He could have just literally jumped over like the whole car.
Well, not to mention that he's jumping towards where the cops are.
Mm-hmm.
If he just,
terrible cops.
He could just run further into the field. Yes. And when I say cosplayers, we're talking, 20, 30-year-olds in ill-fitting BDUs, the occasional, there is one piece of body armor that we see where they have duct taped over some police. They
had to pick these things up like surplus, so I bet it is like Yeah, I don't know what is on there. Yeah.
All right. We're at
Sex.
an interrogation room, and our hero, he gets called out for having a Bible and the German Constitution, the Grundgesetz. I looked this up. It's like our Bill of Rights, their version of the Bill of Rights. Our hero, he's not taking it, though.
I'm pretty sure he's violating by making this film in real life. So.
He tells this cop,
both books. He's also violating the Bible by making this.
He says, remember the past? Remember all the freedoms we had? All the good ice cream? Remember all that ice cream we had?
Mm-hmm. That's what I missed the most during COVID lockdown.
Good ice cream?
No Jimmy Fallon's late night bites or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, that's my favorite. Ben and Jerry's.
Damn it!
Dude.
If Cold Stone would just be open right now, God, please.
The Tonight Dough.
Oh yeah, that's what
it's so fucking good. All right. Oh, and just a reminder, I did link to the Wikipedia page of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it has been reported that 7.1 million people died worldwide. That is a substantial issue. Anybody who didn't take it seriously, I wish I could live as carefree as you. Some of us, hey, you're lucky and you're asymptomatic. Some of us were in bed for 3 weeks. They thought they could power through a Jesse Ventura impression on what the fuck was that? No Holds Barred.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. 2 days later, full blown pneumonia.
It was worth it, dude.
Maybe I'm a little
No Holds Barred better than this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt. Honestly, this movie may actually make us go back and bump all of our movies up a point. I don't know.
Yeah. You telling me that in hindsight, you don't think the 26 downloads was worth it, Bones?
I'm sitting on my bed. It's the first time I'm holding my mic on the record. I'm in pajama pants. I look like Savage yelling at his grandfather in Princess Bride while Dan's talking about Dookie. Because, God damn it, we're going to be the next big podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Still have that dream.
All right. Our guy.
We're going to get sued by these guys.
Keeps going on and on. Now, if we had covered the other movie, we would have been in trouble. He starts complaining about not being able to even believe anymore. You legally can't even believe in anything, and you can't even meet peacefully. And it says it right there in the book, man. What the hell? Let's cut back 3 months ago. Knock on the door. This guy runs in, shitty little fucking... You can have a bun. Commit to the bun, dude.
We have dick shit for budget here. So yeah, let's do 3 months earlier. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to go to everything is fine. I was like 3 months. It went from normal functioning Germany to hellscape.
Yeah.
I lived in Germany for 3 years. There's so many cathedrals and churches. It would have never became illegal.
They couldn't have even attempted to fake that, though, if they're making it while they're locked down. Because I get your point. They should be coming out of a church. Hey, how's it going, man? How blah, blah, blah. Have you heard about this person? They got sick, but they're fine, Oh, I hope school doesn't get shut down. I have one more semester in economy.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get my, what do they call a Christian degree? Fake, I know that, but
I
theological.
It would still be like a bachelor's, but it'd be just in religious studies or something.
If it's an accredited school, it's still a degree.
Mm-hmm. Like Grand Canyon University. Thank you this week for Grand Canyon. Anybody get their degree. If you're a struggling mother with 2 kids, single, Grand Canyon University.
Don't stress that big gap in your resume. Grand Canyon University.
Accredited, Christian, but we don't have a football team.
This guy comes in, he says, guys, it's Jack. And he says that one of their friends, he was arrested, tortured, and killed. God, I can't believe it. It's like, and got this girl here. We find out this is our hero's sister. She's like, no, we've been hiding for the last 5 years. Now, this I don't understand. If they've not already committed to the Christian thing or have continued the Christian thing, why are they having to hide? Because you would think that the public would just need to be locked down.
Yeah.
Make up their goddamn mind. Go ahead.
I mean, it's one thing that you have all this being made, and it's, you know, Christians are being
persecuted.
But it's another thing to do it in Germany. Like, come on, dude. Of all the places.
I think they're trying really hard, though, to not play it as German or that they're in Germany.
Yeah, because even our lead character seems like he's trying really hard to do an English accent.
Well, I mean, Hunter, our Marine, that's straight up an American guy.
Yeah.
The head of the... I don't even know what... Like, you can't even come up with, like, a cool name for your government cops? Like the guy that's obsessed with the toy train?
It seems like they skipped all the fun shit.
They don't understand. They don't know.
Like, we would have a blast coming up with, like, all right, our villains, what is their agency going to be called? You know what I mean?
But but Kron, you brought up, like, you haven't seen Mad Max? Like, that's how you do a dystopian movie. I don't think they have. Or if they have, it was at a certain point where and then they thought, nope, I can't do that. Well, I watch Kirk Cameron movies.
Parents wouldn't allow it.
Well, I do think they're approaching this from like Christian message first. Like, movie is just the vehicle. Like, I would agree. I got the impression that they like do not like movies. You know what I mean? They don't care about it as a medium. They just are like, oh, I could make a movie that I can deliver like my sermon through, you know?
100%.
But yeah, I think they don't come up with a cool name because they don't give a shit about that stuff, and they haven't watched Angel Blade. They haven't dug through the fucking, you know, they haven't even hit like RoboCop and Rambo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They've definitely not moved into like the what are the ones that just have like a blank box and, you know, a fucking rental sticker on it.
But God forbid you watch, I mean, even at this point, you could watch Equilibrium, right? Which is just a take on 1984, right? There's so many of these movies that could be derivative of that. Or you just say, for the sake of my movie, I need to do some research and I'm going to read Fahrenheit 451 in 1984 and just get an idea of what the structure would be or what. No, they have no idea.
Go watch The Avengers. Like,
hell yeah.
Like, what? It's 2020 right now. Like, you should have already seen this shit.
There's a sequence of that takes place in Germany. Pretty powerful scene, actually.
I don't know if they'd be like, with their religious beliefs, I don't think they'd be reaching for 1984 or Fahrenheit 451.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Might be banned in their practice.
I don't think Robert Eggers believes in witchcraft, but the guy...
You fucking better.
Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry. All right. This guy that comes in to warn him, he's just a coward, and he just wants to hide. He doesn't want to fight, not like our hero, Roy. And this dude stumbles through a shit ton of dialogue, but Roy and his sister, they meander off on a conversation, and they think it's time to rebel, and they think, oh, you know what? Remember those fish? Yeah, they would do the line, and then the other Christian would come in and do the line, and it became a fish. Yeah, remember the fish? Yeah, the fish is great. What if we like went around and we graffitied a bunch of Jesus fish, and the other Christians would see the fish? Okay, cool. So let's cut to them out in the forest.
Oh, wait. I don't want to rip on this guy just for, like, English is my second language, but when they're talking about going out and drawing these, he says, like, I have some graffiti in the back room.
Yes, he refers to
like spray
paint as graffiti. Yeah.
But it's always the fish or fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just say Jesus fish.
And even their whole thing is like, it's like I'll draw one line and you draw the other, but it's...
Well, they're together, you know?
Yeah, but it's like even when they're doing them, they draw them in two separate lines. And it's like, you just start here, go down, come around. Like, you don't need to pick up the pin to fucking finish the thing off.
Well, that was my wife and I's vows. You know, I did one line, she did the other.
Well, yeah, but
I think originally Chronic came from that. I think it came from two strokes.
I get that was a way that like Christian, but when they're actually spraying them, like they'll do one line like this.
Yes.
And then the same person will do the other line like this for the speed of spray painting. At that point, you could just do one.
Kron, if it's more than 3 strokes, it's masturbation, and that's a sin.
It doesn't mean as much, Kron. And also, I don't like, as much as the broken English is funny, to me it's more the lack of a structured script. Mm-hmm. So they're improvising and meandering, and English as a second language to me is 5 or 6 steps down on what's bad. So I find it funny. Because he will literally have a line like, we go out, we do something with those fish.
Yeah.
Communism is all over the place. Just inherently funny.
Yeah, they definitely shot this like Curb style. They had a loose idea of what the scene should be, but I don't know if they actually had written dialogue.
All right.
They did. It was like, I'd really love to have the Christians all together so we could pray.
I loved that you can tell that they are genuinely nervous about spray painting. They start real small. When they do a real big one, they do a big one on a pile of leaves.
Yeah. There's a lot of like on gravel, on leaves, stuff that can be kicked over.
And you almost see the guy directing them in real time. Like they'll be walking and the camera's just sort of following them, looping around, they're meandering, and then he'll go, okay, how about right here? And it's his best acting because you know that's just him as a director going, let's just do it right here.
Mm-hmm.
The girl's having a lot of trouble with her can of spray paint. It's not working well.
Yeah, this is, in the States, this would be a can that you would use to like mark groundscaping. If that makes sense, because
we'd also be spray painting a penis.
Yes, but
Jesus fish.
It's almost like they have the nozzle taken off, so it's just a straight shot.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying, like you're holding a gun and shooting spray paint in the States, right? You're shooting at a 90 against the can. This is straight up, so they're having to awkwardly hold it whenever they're trying to do a wall. And then they'll do like corrugated walls and not get closer to the inside of the corrugate, so it's just like
very frustrating.
Yes, but it's fun to watch. And speaking of watching, they're getting followed by somebody in the woods. What the hell?
Seems like they would have seen him. There's like a part where he's 5 feet away.
Mm-hmm. Or just the crunchiness of all the leaves that are around. Mm-hmm. But they're under this bridge and they're spraying. a Jesus fish. Somebody runs up on him. God damn, it's a cop. And this guy can't abide graffiti. Shoots the girl. But then another person comes up, knocks the cop out, applies a tourniquet on our girl. Turns out this was the guy that was following him. Roy takes these two back to his fucking fumigating apartment. I don't know what the reason for all the fog is.
It's like incense that they do in the churches. You just got a big fucking urn of it smoldering somewhere.
He lays her on the floor, starts trying to heal her wound. Again, another great moment of the other actor directing them, like, hold on, wait, lay her right here, frame it this way. What do you know? This arm magically heals because there's no issue with this gunshot to the rest of the movie.
Also, when that cop shows up, her brother just runs. Like, he doesn't even... He's not like, I'm going to fight to save my sister. That dude is out of there.
Teenager style, baby. Yeah, dude. You see authority, you go.
Turns out this guy that saved him, he's a former Marine, and he wants to join their little crew. Sister tells him that, dude was trying to get his master's in economy. I was going to be a nurse. And Roy says, our plan is just to spray the fish. And he's like, yeah, that's great. Let's go spray some more fish. And he says, hold on, I got to go get more graffiti. And let's cut to 6:32 a.m. Some girl gets out of bed. She goes to the kitchen, finds a note from her mom and some cereal. My wife told me this is muesli, which is like European cereal.
It's like a grape nuts or a kashi goleen or something.
Mm-hmm. But
barely any in there.
I think that kind of cereal, it all sinks to the bottom. That's like elderly people cereal.
It looked odd. It looked as though you have two full scoop, like spoon scoops in an entire bowl of milk. Like it's spread out real sad. Note from mom says, don't risk your life for people you don't know. And let's cut back to our fish HQ. So this was 6:32 a.m., but sister and the Marine guy apparently just sat through the night and...
They're in love. They're chit-chatting.
Yeah.
I guess.
This Marine shares his story that he had a girlfriend that was in the Army, but she started to side with the government and he couldn't, deal with it. And, his leadership was going to make him, swear to a new constitution, and he didn't like it. And the only person he'll swear to is God. And as we pointed out,
God damn it.
you swear to the Constitution, to defend the Constitution when you sign in as a Marine. I would say the most religious of the branches.
We tip our hat to the new Constitution.
Sister says that her parents killed themselves because they just couldn't find the strength to fight.
God damn, dude.
Their kids were so lame.
And Marine shares that, Marine's name is Hunter, by the way. He says that his parents, they have the new woke mind virus. And every time he talks to them, he can't even because they're just like, have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? So it's a complete opposite of myself here, I guess. All right. Leela, this is our serial girl. She shows up to some office, and her office is presumably a community center or
Sure that wasn't
gym.
Lolita? Just checking.
It might be. Is that his wife? Or his 19-year-old bride?
Yeah, that's just a mean joke from Old Laundry Dan here.
Okay.
Lolita.
All right. She's got a stack of new cases, and by that I mean it's a manila folder with a single column of random names typed out. She pockets these into her bag, and this guy startles her, says that he's going to give the new cases to Lucinda, his daughter. She'll take care of it. And then let's cut over, and we see some serious hacking, and you know it's a hacker because they got their head pulled up and they got a green light bar behind their single monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Our crew's out and about. They're spraying some more fish.
He's got a hoodie on too, right?
Yeah,
it's
definitely has a hoodie on.
up.
Dude.
And there's like some weird, it's probably like a German version of like a Funko Pop or something kind of on the tower. It's like to show that they're cool.
It's just Funko, but the U has umlauts.
Funka. All right. Pretty funny joke here from Hunter. He asked him, what did Corona do to Jesus? Nothing. What do you call a fish without an eye? Remember that for your kid, Kron.
I'd rather not. I don't want to ever reference this movie in front of my child.
The crew make their way into an old bunker. Definitely the best place to find Christians.
Your child would make fun of you for watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beat the shit out of me.
You could watch an hour and a half of Miss Rachel and be less miserable.
Yeah.
They're lamenting the old days, 4 years ago when they could go to the movies with your friends. And Roy's like, oh man, we had so many Christian movies in 2020. This hacker watching.
Y'all ever seen Fireproof?
Yeah, when did who's that quarterback they made a movie about that's all Jesus-y?
Kurt Angle? Not Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that's it.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah. What did they always...
And
the Kurt Angle movie is just drowned out by people.
Chuck played him, right?
You suck.
Chuck?
Yeah, the guy who played Chuck. I forget his name. He also played Shazam.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Zach something, maybe. He's gone kind of Jim Caviezel-y.
Jim Caviezel put contacts in.
Saved lives.
He didn't want to have his Jesus be a blue-eyed Jesus. What a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Jim Caviezel the whole Passion of the Christ through this movie. Just being fucking beat.
Just yelling at the ceiling. Bones! Why?
Why?
I'll die for you!
I did it in Aramaic, though. So
Wow.
it was authentic.
You hear about the new mayor of New York City? He's making kids use Arabic numbers.
Oh, my God.
No comment.
Yeah, our hacker steps out to their balcony. What do they see? They see 3 people walking by. I don't see them spray a single Jesus fish. I just see them walking by. But our hacker gets inspired and they start Googling Jesus fish. Presumably the dark web, I guess. In this universe, it's all flipped.
Yeah. It's like the light web now. There's only good Christian stuff on there.
Crew's sleeping on the floor.
Apparently, the fucking joke is okay with this episode, but if you would have made that on any other episode, it'd been a terrible joke. All right, I'm just putting that out there. Light web.
This movie put fucking bumpers in the gutters for us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a knock on the door. It is kind of funny that they all sleep on the floor. Like this little room that they're stuck in. You can't even get a mattress or a couch.
I mean,
listeners, this is all it is, listener. They're all laying on this guy's apartment floor.
The room is one desk in the corner, a very tiny Christmas tree, and some like black fabric that's just there for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Knock on the door. Roy immediately points at Hunter and he's like, "Oh my God, are you a traitor?" He's like, "No, man." And the sister says, "Why don't we just open the door?" They open the door. "Who are you?" "I am Holly and I want to help. I'm what you call a hacker." And she used that to find them. And Roy says, yeah, well, you'll just sell us out. And Holly says, oh, you mean Lucinda? I know her files, the things she does. Nobody wants to be her friend. I saw your signs. I remembered of how the world was. People could do whatever they wanted. I don't know your Jesus, but I believe in freedom of choice. Holly says it would take her an hour or two, but she could hack the police. Then they could find all the Christians, all the Christian phone numbers. Roy reminds us that, 20 minutes ago, that they just wanted to find other Christians, but with the fish on the leaves, that really wasn't working.
Yeah, they blow away in the wind. And all the ones we're putting on actual things are a quarter of an inch long. Nobody's even noticing.
And again, these conversations just cycle through. Holly again says that she can get all the phone numbers of the Christians if I hack the police. And Roy says, see, that's a game changer. So they got a new plan. They're going to hit all these different cities at different times. And Hunter's all excited, like, oh, we could have like little churches and little fellowships all over. And they're like, yeah. And Holly, she can put all the material on DVDs for us. Holly starts setting up a little makeshift hacking station. They get started.
Kron, that brought you back in, though, right? When they said DVDs, you were like, "Whoa!"
The funnest part of this dialogue, it's later in this movie, but there is a part where he's like, oh, do you have the worship DVDs? Here's the praise DVDs. He goes on for like, a couple minutes.
All right. Our girl's at the police HQ. While Lucinda, that other hacker bitch, she's just strutting around. Again, no logic to who is wearing a mask. It's like if you speak in this movie, you don't have to wear a mask. But if you're in the back in BDUs pretending to load a gun, you better have a mask on. Until you realize. Oh, and then this is where it's super obvious that one of the guys in the background is the Luke guy, because he just keeps the ponytail in.
Mm-hmm.
They could just put a hat on, but who cares?
Well, you don't want to mess up your hair.
All right, she pockets some more stuff. She slips away with her bag. She goes into this like separate little room where another guy, not really hacking, just had a Word document up with a bunch of names.
Yep.
Presumably, she just
hack through this Word document.
She just deletes the names or prints them off, whatever. She tries to sneak out, and Lucinda catches her. She's like, "I just wanted to check that the names were being logged, right? Like we all want efficiency."
You see that guy's docx file? Clearly, they're handled.
I thought you said you see that dude's dick. I was like, what?
I mean, for
Did you
real
watch
though,
the X-rated version?
You want to use an Excel file for this because I want to be able to highlight. I want to be able to enter address, phone number.
Yeah,
I want to be able to sort a little bit better.
How are you going to build your pivot table later?
Yeah, my Word file. What am I supposed to tab? I'm not trusting those tabs and margins.
Mm-mm.
I could dial a random number right now and be like, "Hey, are you a Christian?" And they'd be like, "Yeah."
Okay,
but not in 2025.
This is not dystopian.
This is 2025.
Not in this world.
Well, thank God free thought won, Dan.
All right.
Count your blessings, dude.
You have you're so lucky that you can search the light web.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call a 360 here on 5-day rentals.
All right. Roy starts giving his inspirational speeches, sermons around town. It's the same spiel over and over. I did not have the energy at this point. Any other movie, I would have typed this thing out. No way. What I am going to point out, though, is it's the most blatant shit, like just generic shit, and at one point literally pulls from William Wallace in Braveheart. They can take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Mm-hmm.
The drone use really picks up at this point.
Oh, I guess I'm going to have to walk back my statement that these people don't like movies. They've clearly seen the work of one Mel Gibson.
This is my number 2 funniest thing. So, I guess number 3.
You've just become obsessed with top 3s for some reason.
Number 2 would have been When I Sleep, I Can't Sleep.
That was great. Yeah.
That was terrible.
Whenever I sleep, I can't sleep. I get all. Yeah, that's just forgetting the line. Not.
That's 4 minutes into this.
Yeah. Kron, what'd you think about like him just randomly on the back of some construction equipment, talking to nobody?
I was going to bring that up. Like they never show a shot of the crowd that he's speaking to, but he's just like high up on a bulldozer. Some piece of rudimentary farm equipment. I thought it was pretty good. I mean,
it was funny. And it's funny that the crowds that he does have, they are still adhering to social distancing. They all have masks on. They're all 10 feet apart. Go ahead.
That's just the problem is like any little thing where I'm like, that's something, but it's just like 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's so sparse and spread out that it never hooks into anything.
Leela, she's at one of the sermons. What do you know? Hits it off with Roy. See her sister, she's still locked into the bunker. She's making phone calls. DVDs and Christianity, they are spreading around the globe like a novel coronavirus, man. And I mean, it's just freedom. Physical media saving the world.
Don't you feel dumb now, Bones?
Mm-hmm. There's a knock on the door. A dude named Dylan comes to tell Roy that while having a secret prayer session, they came in and they arrested his mom and his sister and 2 of his 3 friends that were there. And they're going to be killed for high treason. And Roy says they went to heaven. They're having a better life. They're with Jesus. But also
like a rolling stone.
But then in the same breath, this is fucking great. Roy's like, but now you have to stop doing what you're doing, and you came here, so you have to leave because they could be following you. They could be spying on you. For real, you got to get out of here. But also take some physical media. Here's some Bible DVDs and some worship night footage.
It's always the good Christian thing to do to kick out your own members from.
What's the meme right now? Like calling and asking if they have baby formula?
Yeah.
You seen this, Dan? You heard about this?
Some lady on TikTok's calling churches and being like, my child is starving. Can you either give me or buy me baby formula? And most of them are like, oh, we don't do that.
We give out checks on Tuesdays, ma'am. Please swing by.
Our head.
No, I think it's more just like, no. Our guy has to get golf clubs.
Yeah, you give us money, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying for a fence to our parking lot so nobody can turn around in it.
I mean, that footage that came out a few weeks ago, I mean, we're recording this way ahead of when this comes out, but that pastor that's giving the lady a hard time because she only donates $1,200 versus the $2,000 that he specifically asked for. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. All right.
I'm doing 10% fucking taxes on churches when I'm president. That's how we're paying for the roads, America.
10% is pretty low, dude.
All right, 25. Let's do that.
You need to go to school for economy first.
You're paying more than 10% as a man.
I don't pay taxes, Karan. What are you talking about?
All right.
Our head cop, I don't give a shit about what his name is or whatever. He's giving a speech to his communist cronies. he talks about how, you know, they've now united, and they've united these values, and all this stuff has risen up from the virus, and now this stupid rebellion of DVD Christian kids, they want to kill off every person in the world. Rousing speech. Our fish kids, they're around a fire, they're singing. Roy's just jamming on that guitar, loving the fact that he gets to show off his skills. The cops might be coming. I don't know.
At home, rolling pictures.
Up mountaintops. All right.
All right. Who wants to hear Wonderwall now?
Please, no secular music. What about Creed?
Du hast.
Is Du hast there like Freebird? Like if you go to a German concert, is there a guy yelling like?
That'd probably be like Bon Jovi or something.
Okay.
There's probably still a guy yelling Freebird.
Yeah.
Firebird. Freibird.
It came on the other day and I skipped it. I can't.
Too cool for you.
I need the second half. That's all I give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
You can't scrub on the Apple CarPlay in the car. You got to actually pull the phone out and scrub. And I'm like, I don't want to be a hypocrite.
Are you using?
So I'm skipping.
Roosters Millions, dude.
Yeah, damn.
All I had to buy a new USB port. That's all it took. It was in there. When that computer went out, when the car was still under warranty, and they replaced it, it ended up having Sync 3. So it had all the new software. And they gave me a USB, and they said, take this home, get on Wi-Fi, whatever. Update it. I updated it. I looked into it. And some people on the internet were like, all you got to do is, if you've got this software, you just got to replace the USB port, and you'll get CarPlay. I love it.
It is a game changer.
When Siri reads out, in Big Rigs, Laundry Dan sent a photo. Do you want to reply? I'm like, I don't know what the photo is. And then, in Big Rigs, Cron Howard says, not as big as my dick. Do you want to reply? Nope.
She doesn't tell you what the photo, like a description of the photo. Because for me, she'll be like, in Big Rigs, Bones sent a photo of a guy standing in front of a white building.
Sometimes, I think, but usually the shit that we're sending, I feel like, is...
Dude, why didn't you reply?
In Big Rigs, Cron Howard...
Okay, so clearly you heard the message.
Sent a video of Alex Jones sucking down a hot dog. Do you want to reply?
Dude, clearly not.
In Big Rigs, Cron sent a photo of a man with female breasts.
Do you want to reply?
Sorry. I thought you guys thought you like boobs.
In Big Rigs, Cron Howard says, seriously, guys, why not puppets again? For real. People love it.
In Big Rigs, Cron Howard says, seriously, guys, what's wrong with the nice guys?
Mm-hmm. So you're getting all these.
What was it this week? In Big Rigs, Laundry Dan sent a photo and said, Cron, send an email. Cron Howard says, no, you send the email.
Mm-hmm. Hey, here's the thing.
Laundry Dan says,
you guys got all that tech. I sent that message while driving. So how about that?
Yeah, fucking American, dude.
Hmm? Looks like all your fancy gizmos aren't helping you keep up with Cron.
It's getting to the point now where a fella can't work 10, 11, 12 hours a day. Have a beer or two on the way home.
Text and drive.
I feel like turning into a communist country. Got to wear your seatbelt. Can't drink and drive.
I get it. I'm in rush hour, dude. I'm moving 2 miles an hour. I could totally crush a beer in that traffic.
Watch a fucking movie.
Yeah. What? I'm barely moving at all. What's the matter?
They really should just come up with a mechanism. That same thing that pulls your car through the car wash.
Mm-hmm.
Just line these fucking busy ass interstates with that shit and just move these cars just a little bit at a time. Just keep people locked into that. Just, you're going to be in that lane for 5 miles. Stay in that fucking lane. Play on your phone.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Kron, how much time are you spending in traffic?
From my work to my house is less than 10 miles, and they're in the evening commute, that could take me up to an hour.
God damn.
God, fuck that shit, dude. And you don't bring your gun with you in the truck?
No, I told you. I started bringing 3 beers in a cooler.
No wonder you're
ripped
spending so
those.
much on Tradio.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do that, dude. God damn. I get mad where I'm at.
It's miserable. So today it was raining. I was like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Now do that with a stick.
Don't worry. After a couple beers, I'm playing with a stick in there.
You know how hard it is to aim a gun and a stick shift?
All right. The cops show up. One of these ladies is like, Roy, you got to go. You know, you're the guy who runs away from this shit. Roy bolts. All these other people get arrested. They start praying. The cops are all pissed. Like, what are you doing? God damn it. They're Christians. And then we get this sweet-ass Linkin Park-esque Amazing Grace Christian rap remix. Bonfire, just, oh, this is so powerful, this image of somebody stomping out this bonfire. And then we just get 5 minutes of drone shots as Roy runs up this mountain, starts praying. The cops have no idea how all these Christians keep growing in like 15 cities. This kid has this system of tracking phones, he says, but it looks like they have a specialist helping them. Here's the thing. Has anybody, and we talked about this, they obviously aren't watching like other movies. They can't even fake their way through this. Like, you would think the Germans, there would be somebody to say like, why don't we just mention that there's some sort of IP blocker? Or they're circumventing our networks. All of our blockers keep come up with some fucking gibberish, man.
Yeah, they've gone into the light web.
Yeah.
It's untraceable.
Well, it's set in COVID times, but they literally have only mentioned COVID maybe like 4 times.
I mean, you really only get it when they have to walk around with a mask on. That's really the only indication of like COVID is happening.
It's crazy how timeless this movie will be, though. You know, we say that now. All right. The big cop, he's showing off his train collection to Lucinda, his daughter, and he says, these symbolize all the people I killed. And Lucinda, she has a great new idea. She says, I want people to swear to the Constitution every day.
And I'm going to change my name.
Cop says, that's a good idea. Go talk to the Minister of Propaganda. I backed that up multiple times. And it would make me laugh, and I would back it up, and then Tubi would fuck up, and then I'd have to watch the Billy Bob Thornton T-Mobile commercial over and over.
Y'all sell cigarettes.
All right. Leela calls Roy.
Give me some of those French fried taters.
Okay, you can't go automatically to Sling Blade, Tron.
I can.
No, you got to do something else.
Did you know you can order French fried taters on your T-Mobile phone?
The wife and I automatically go to fuck me Santa, fuck me Santa, fuck me Santa. because that's just a combo of what I like and the Gilmore Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Lorelai Gilmore.
My brother lost an arm fighting you bastards in Vietnam.
Can't you see that I'm on my fucking break?
All right.
Do
A
you
girl
know
calls
another
Roy.
Billy Bob movie?
Yeah. Bad Santa.
Calls Roy to warn
What's
him.
after that?
What's after what?
Name another Billy Bob movie.
Sling Blade?
You already named Sling Blade.
No, I did a quote from it.
Sling Blade, Bad Santa. What else?
Daddy and Them.
Directed. Vanity Project.
Mm-hmm.
Might come up next week.
Tombstone.
I mean, he directed Sling Blade.
That's true.
The man
He's
who
in Sling
wasn't
Blade?
there.
What does he say in Sling Blade?
I want some of them French fried taters.
What do you like in there?
I just named a shitload of Billy Bob movies, dude. Give me the respect I earned.
You just a boy. I love that fucking movie. You know what movie I don't love? Let's get back to it. Leela calls Roy, warn them that they know that there's a group bringing people to God and that these new overlords, they want to make people swear on the Constitution. And Roy says, fuck that. The DVDs are a hit. There's 100,000 people in Asia. They got to get more DVD. And they got to get them to Tim. He's our man in Asia.
Goddamn, we're huge in the Philippines.
Couldn't you just track who's buying 200,000 blocks of DVD, burnable DVDs?
Wouldn't they be looking at this when it's shipped out?
I just find it funny. Like, if you send DVDs across the states right now, most people would be like, what? I don't have anything to watch this.
Well, not me.
Well, you, of course, you've got 4, you know.
It's not an app? What the fuck?
All right. Hunter, he's going to take the DVDs when Luke, that coward from before, he comes in to check on him and he says, hey, man, you know how the world is changing and everything? And Roy says, yeah, but we're going to take our nation back. But Luke says, no, this new nation is good for peace and stability and health. And Luke blames them for the new confession requirements. And he doesn't want that like heat on him or whatever, right? And like old is bad. And Luke and Hunter, they get into like a heated argument. And Luke is like, yeah, whatever. Don't say I didn't like warn you. And he walks away. Now Roy and his new girlfriend, they're out for a hike. And it turns out
she's 14.
They're kind of in love with each other.
Sorry, you go ahead.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't realize he was in love.
They hold hands. They claim that their relationship will last as long as Jesus is their third and he comes first.
Whoa.
Maybe I wrote that wrong.
No, I think you got it.
Roy has a gift for Holly back at the apartment, a really cool goth-like crucifix for her. She loves it.
He just like lay there in it and let the other two finish.
He's got so much on his plate.
All right.
Like, let me get mine.
Oh, he leaves. He's just fully out of there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, you making Jesus come is going to get you both warmed up enough that you'll be able, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
now you're really...
Yeah, Roy will have like a semi and be kind of turned on. She'll be nice and wet. It'll be good. But if you that's your foreplay, is getting Jesus off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And this is the point in the episode where some people who do believe were kind of with us because they thought this was all unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, this is the point where
this is a little too far.
This is where the Wesley brothers turned off the podcast.
All right. We're so close. I'm just going to power through, all right? Leela, she has so many files on her desk. She pulls out one page of these names, but she gets caught by Lucinda. Lucinda takes her outside, just straight up asks her, "Are you a supporter of those traitors? You're going to die because of it." And Leela says, "Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm fighting for something bigger, an older guy." And Lucinda says, "Yeah, but my dad, he trained me as a kid to be a machine and loyal to the Constitution."
He was only 33.
So somehow before COVID, this guy was just prepping. Like, once this virus gets released, I'm going to unleash my little Terminator daughter on people. But Lucinda, she admits that she's been a spy. She's been hiding these traitors because she realized one day that she was a murderer. She's got to do a little bit better. But for right now, there's too much heat on her. And I shit you not, this actress just walks out of the frame, and we cut over to Roy setting up a camera, and him and the Core 4, they're doing a live stream communion. 1 Corinthians 11:24.
Fuck.
"For I received from the Lord what I also passed on to you. The Lord Jesus, on the night he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, 'This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me.' In the same way, after supper, he took the cup, saying, 'This cup is the new covenant of my blood. Do this whenever you drink it in remembrance of me. For whenever you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes.'"
Fucking cannibalism, dude.
Fucking
It's
metal,
common,
dude.
too?
Oh yeah, you were taking a pee break when Kron and I went on the whole making Jesus come.
So we get the impression here that they're Catholics. Right? Does that change anything? Where's the Pope? Where's Francis during this?
I don't know.
Is he outlawed? How do you abolish the whole Roman Catholic Church? I mean, they didn't do it with the scandal that happened, but, the coronavirus came around. And
Virus did
let's
what
get away with that.
pedophilia couldn't.
All right, we finally had it with you guys.
We turned the other cheek for too long. All right, so they eat and they drink and they pray. Hunter leads them in a prayer and they sign off, and they are so excited because the whole world was watching. Let's cut over to our ICE headquarters. Our head honcho is told by Luke that he has information. This is the most atrocious. At this point, you're just so exhausted and you're used to it. But I did have to do notes for this over the course of 3 nights. And this run of acting from Luke is incredible. And all he says is, like, those Christians that are subverting your internet and your phones, I know where they're at, but before I tell you anything, I demand immunity. And the guy's like, yeah, okay. And he says, all right, I know who they are. It's 3 people, but they got a hacker. So the cops, they clear out and they go get our Christians. You do not see what happens to Hunter and Hannah and Holly. But as we set up before, when Roy is in trouble, Roy just runs. And he's immediately spotted. They take off after him. And what do you know? We're cut back to the beginning of the movie.
Just like Fight Club, dude.
Whoa. He's in that interrogation with the other cop, but our big cop, he comes over the PA, and he's like, this guy's fucking toast. Dispose of him. And he's driven out into the woods and he's murdered. Special thanks to our Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, so...
Cue the blooper reel.
Why didn't they show him getting shot in the head?
I was like, wow, we should do the same thing to Bones right now.
Try me, dude. I took communion.
Yeah,
I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to drive to St. Louis, knock on his door, slap him in the face, and turn around and drive back home.
My Google camera would have spotted you, and I would have known, and I would have just taken off like Roy.
Fuck, he's running.
They have legit bloops at the end of this that are
not funny.
They're as bad as the movie I just saw.
Let's continue this more.
And the bloops, they're like, it's like one guy says something, and then the other guy's like, I love Jesus. And they all are like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
You ruined the take with your love of God.
Dan, so yeah, guys, it is that. He is very quickly caught, taken out to the woods. He does have, like, right before he's shot, like, I'm assuming a dream of what his life could have been in a world of freedom where he marries this little girl. And even the guy that betrays him is playing piano at his wedding.
I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind.
Just a candle in the wind.
Too secular, man.
Just a Christian in the wind.
Creed's first album is
Y'all ever heard of Crocodile Rock? Well, how about Christian rock?
Saturday night's all right for praying. See, you can listen to it if you just change some of the words.
Mm-hmm.
Kids Bop is less atrocious.
What were you just saying about Creed's first album?
My
Own Prison?
That's like the most secular you're allowed to go.
Should have been there on a Sunday by my hill. No time for mourning. Ain't got no time.
Who gives a fuck about research, Dan?
There is none,
okay,
gentlemen. It
good.
was released January of 2021, and that's about it. That's all I got.
Upon the agreed new
Rate my box.
spectrum of our rating system, you both locked me in at a 0.0. What the hell? I'm going to lock you both in at a 0.0 as well.
Dan, 0.
Kron Howard, I got you at a 0.0.
Oh, wow, guys. I'm sure it was a big question for you where old Kron was going to land on this thing. It is terrible. I made it 9 minutes before I paused this and thought, fuck, I guess I got to watch the other hour 20. It's just bad. It's all around bad. There are little tiny glimpses here and there of stuff that I might possibly enjoy. When they prattle on about DVDs, when they stand on farm equipment preaching to no one. But it's just too few and far between. I really do get the sense that these people do not like movies very much. They just wanted a novel way to deliver their bad sermons. No one should watch this. If you're listening to this, skip this movie. It's not worth your time or effort. Yeah, guys, I'm a 0.0 on 2025. The World Enslaved by Virus.
Hey, 2025, The World Enslaved by a Virus, directed by Simon Wesley and Joshua Wesley, sitting at a rating of a 1.2 on Letterboxd right now. Oh my God. Is an awesome God indeed. A long, long time ago, when we all lived together in the same town,
I never lived with you.
we decided one night to make a zombie movie. And it was a fun experience. You know, we really got into it. And we went to the local grocery store and we bought some Play-Doh for like a wound, like a zombie wound, and some fucking cornstarch and shit for fake blood and all that. And we had more creative talent than what the fuck these two idiots were doing in this movie. Because it's terrible. There's a few funny things in here. Just like, yeah, totally stealing from Braveheart and like him trying to go across that fucking hood of that car. If you want to watch something that is a satire and a decent film, maybe about the COVID era and some other movements that were going on, please go watch Eddington by Mr. Ari Aster. It's a great film, and you'll get so much more out of it. So please watch Eddington. Do not watch this. 0.0 for Laundry Dan. Said, I think we're making history tonight, boys.
I think it's important that if you want to make movies, you have the technology literally in your pocket. You should go make a movie. You should, if you feel the itch to have an creative endeavor or to put yourself out there, you should do that. That's what this is. I can tell you on Wednesday mornings, our episodes drop and I'm like, what the fuck was the point of this? What is this? What is this? And all it takes is G-Baby to shoot me a little message like, hey man, great ep, this was funny. And that's enough for me to just like, that is my communion for the week and it keeps me going. Or if while I'm editing something and one of you say something and I cut it and that's what I'm going to isolate to throw at the end of the episode and my wife says something funny, I didn't realize that I chuckled to myself while I was editing. That makes me feel good. I hope while making this they felt good. But I hope you feel bad now because you can't make a bad movie and have a bad message at the same time. I'm sorry. Torture porn as a genre reached a peak with Hostel and all this other shit. Say what you will. Those guys know what the fuck they're doing. Those things are morally better than you because you're bad at it and you have a shitty message and you're a shitty person. I'm sorry. 0.0. There has to be a bottom.
All right, guys. 2025, the world enslaved by a virus would have an average score from the three of us of 0.0. This would end up at the very bottom.
It wouldn't be an error?
It's, well, the way I have the formula,
okay,
it factors in the average letterbox rating.
Okay.
This would be at number 187 of 187 films. This would currently be at the very bottom, right below Mega Ape. Bones, I did just for fun. I was like, I wonder if there are any weird Christian movies out there. And I did come across one that is called Fight from 2012. Tagline: the devil and your computer are forcing you to masturbate.
All right.
No.
Where's it available?
Interesting.
Where's it available?
I don't know. I'll look into that.
All right.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some hope for this genre out there.
Kron, I'm sorry if you have felt as though I hate you and I hate your categories and I'm being cruel to your decision to pick these categories or to bring these categories back. It's not my intent. I'm genuinely trying to just spread it out.
Like I said, next Cron category, just pick a movie you like. It doesn't even have to be one I like.
I liked Revenge of the Red Baron. I had fun with that.
Okay, fair enough. That's totally fair.
He's the baddest of the baddest little guys.
He's a little stinker.
Well, Dan, please tell me that you've got something really sinful for us. Something just... What's the complete opposite of lame dystopia, bad acting, zero color,
it can truly
lack of creativity?
Only be up from here.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on me to save this category. As we all know, the last time we did this, I did bring Showgirls 2, which compared to 2025 is goddamn fucking Citizen Kane. But
swine flu.
I ain't never say the bitch had any talent.
Everybody's got AIDS and shit.
If you do get a chance to see that, please watch it.
This movie makes Showgirls 2 look like a Kubrick, or better, a PTA epic.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So check out Showgirls 2. It is just a unique experience that I think everybody should have. But I went a little weird the last time around, so I figured, hey, you know what? Let's go big Hollywood. Let's bring in Al Pacino. Let's bring in Dustin Hoffman. And let's top that off with a little bit of Madonna. That's right. Oh, comb tits herself. And let's bring Dick Tracy from 1990 to the show. We've talked about it before. Mr. Warren Beatty directed and starred. This is considered a vanity project, so let's check it out. We might have a guest. I don't know. We're still figuring that out. But if we do, we do.
Dick Tracy's going to call in.
Are they going to go suck an egg?
We'll see. If they do, they do. If they don't, we move on. That's how we work here. But yeah.
It's going to be like one of those TCM things he does every 8 years to keep the rights active.
You want to buy my wine?
Dan, you going to hold up your Apple Watch to your microphone? Is that how they're joining us?
That's how I'm recording the show.
Mumbles? Is that Dustin Hoffman's character?
That's one.
Isn't there like a tiny face guy? Like he's got a big head, but his face is
I think
like...
that's our boy, William Forsythe, I think. Flat top, maybe? Big head?
Big head, I think.
That's the guy I remember
from
like seeing this as a child, was like this little...
There's the beginning scene where they see that cat. And he's like, hello, little fella. And he throws that cat.
I'm excited, man. I'm stoked.
But yeah, man, Dick Tracy, 1990. It's been a while for me, so looking forward to it. I know we've talked about it before, and The Kid, shit like that, man. I think we're gonna have a good time. So there you go. Join us next week for Dick Tracy from 1990, directed by Mr. Warren Beatty, starring Mr. Warren Beatty. Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Get your DVDs, Crash and burn. I did have a question, Bones, and I guess it is, do you hate me?